Hello, hello, evolutionary women from around the world. I am so excited to be here with the amazing Karen Simmons today. Karen is a former gemologist and has
Mhm.
transformed. What I love about you, Karen, is that you've really transformed and evolved from like cultivating physical
Mhm.
physical gems to
Yes.
bringing out the gems of human existence through your work supporting autism and families and creating education. So Karen is a GIFEW Evolutionary Woman Entrepreneur Award nominee. And Karen, tell us a little bit more about you, like who you are and the difference that you love to make in the world.
Well, I love what you said, Catherine. I love that you bring the gems into it because it's so much a part of who I am. I've traveled the world. As I told you, my mom worked for Pan American, and we traveled all over the world, Africa, Asia, everywhere, getting gems right out of the earth. And it's so important, the magic and the beauty of gemstones. That's their true value. And you see that in these people that have autism and neurodiversity, bringing out the gifts, the strengths, and the talents that so many people with autism have, and to see past the differences. I don't like to call people, disabilities. It's abilities, the strengths that they have, and embracing everybody, not some people, but all people. Whether
Yeah.
they have whatever is going on for them, because people
Oh,
have so many strengths. So yes, I'm the CEO and the founder of Autism Today, and I've been on this mission because I have 7 kids, 2 have autism, and I started writing books way back in the day. But now I decided to, with my co-founder for a nonprofit, I've launched 2 nonprofits, and one in the United States and one in Canada. And it's Autism Today Foundation, because we really want to bring out the gifts, strengths, and talents of people with autism and help people understand everything that there is to, about the strategies and techniques, so people can understand what they can do instead of spending, hundreds of thousands of dollars on all this, all the techniques. They can learn from each other. And it's for
yeah,
people with autism, about them and by them. It's
yeah.
so important to bring out the voices that people have.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, Karen. So I'm still tripping out from mother of 7 children, 2
Yeah.
of which have autism. Like, I'm still tripping out about that. Like, oh my goodness. So actually, you are so qualified, not only professionally, but also personally. Like, if anyone can mobilize large amounts of resources to get things to happen, it is
Yeah.
a mother of 7 with 2
Yes.
autistic children. Like, wow.
Well, yeah, it was a
So,
lot of work, but it's. I mean, they learn so much from each other. There's so many relationships. It's so many dynamics that go on. I've learned so much, and they've learned so much from each other. Jonathan wouldn't have become the person that he's become if he didn't have so many siblings, because they had to bump into each other. They had to deal with it. Who cares if Jonathan's sitting on the computer table? He didn't like a lot of the interactions, but you know, it's like the siblings didn't care, or, like, what was going on. Right now, it's just so important that people embrace everybody on the planet. And I've traveled, like I said, I've traveled so many different places. I know so many different perspectives. From seeing somebody in Sri Lanka, sitting on the top of a big pile of rocks, breaking them up into little pieces, and how important that job is to that person. It's just as important to somebody in North America, whatever they're doing. So we need to
yeah,
find people to find jobs that they want to do. That's what we're doing right now, is we're helping people find jobs. We're doing a lot of things right now, but that's one of the
yeah.
things we are really passionate about. So
Wow.
yes.
Wow, Karen, I love your deep, profound, well, and the breadth of your experience and like the variety and the richness. Like there's so much richness in your own personal experiences, and also like bringing that to the difference that you make through
Mhm.
your NGOs is just so profound. In Jiffy, we would call you a legacy leader. Like you're really someone who's creating and leading in legacy, like
But it has to
creating.
happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
It,
it's the strength of your
it's,
commitment. It has to happen.
it has to happen.
It
Yes.
has to
And there's so
happen.
many. there's so many women that are impacted by autism that are missing out because the diagnosis of autism has been mostly with boys and men, and it's been, you know, 4 out of 5 are men, but you know, it's really more like 3, maybe even, you know, it's the incidence is higher because the diagnosis has been so focused on men and boys. So I think that's a really important message, and a lot of the things that the work that we need to do. I need another 60 or 70 years here, but the work that we need to do is around a lot of women issues, you know, because there's a lot of abuse, and
Wow.
there's a lot of the people are nonverbal and they can't speak for themselves, and there's a lot of that. So
Wow.
the
That's
same.
incredible. Well, thank you, Karen, for shining a light in places that people can't see, and being the
Yes.
voices for people who can't speak for themselves always.
Yes.
It's such a beautiful mission and vehicle that you've created, as a lasting legacy. So, ladies and gentlemen, Karen is nominated for a GIFEW Evolutionary Women Entrepreneur Awards. So, a vote for Karen is a vote for everyone everywhere, regardless of whether you have autism or not, is like happy and peaceful and has opportunities and has equal opportunities. So vote for Karen. The link is above. And Karen, thank you so much for sharing your message with us today. I feel my heart feels very enriched. Both my heart and soul feel very alive inside this conversation. So thank you for bringing it today, and good luck at the awards.
Thank you too, Catherine.
All right. Take care. We'll see you soon.